Hey everybody, I have a few more mask videos for you this week. I went and visited some of your friends and you probably haven't seen them in quite a while, so now you get to see them on the video. Try to guess who's hiding behind the mask and you'll see some of your friends and hopefully we'll get to see them all soon in person. All right, here you go. Who's behind the mask?
Samuel.
And who are you? Caleb. You say hi?
Hi.
Who's behind the mask?
Lily.
Who's behind the mask?
Cousin.
Coden. Who are you? You say Jadian. Who's behind the mask? Who is it on the zip line? Hey boys and girls, we're doing a little bit low-key video this week and I'm sitting with Amberlyn in our house. And which room are we in, Amberlyn?
Playroom.
We're in the playroom. Some of you might have a playroom. We're gonna talk about houses a little bit today. We all live in different types of houses. Some of them are big, some are small. Some of us live in apartments. Some people live in a camper or an RV on wheels and they get to travel. Some people might live in a cabin. So we're gonna talk about houses. We're gonna do a little matching activity first. So we're gonna pause for a second and come back and do an activity. All right, boys and girls, we have a little matching game that Amberlyn's going to do with us and you can say the answers from home. So at the top, in the top row, we have a bird, a camping lady, I don't know if you can see her, a dog, and then an Eskimo looking person, someone all bundled up. In the bottom row, we have 4 types of houses. So Amberlyn's gonna match them up. You guys can match them from home. So bird, let's start with the bird. Which home belongs to the bird? I hope you said nest. A bird builds a nest. This lady that's hiking, what type of house do you think she's gonna stay in? Probably the cabin, right? Good job. This cute puppy. Which house is for the dog? A dog house. Some of you might have dog houses in your yard. And the last one, it's a very cold house. Do you know what that snow house is called? An igloo. All right, thanks Amberlyn for matching our homes to the correct person or animal. All right, we're back. So today for the story, I'm just going to show you a few pictures so that when you hear the Bible story, you can have some pictures in your head of what they're talking about. We are talking today about King David. If you remember, we've learned some things about David, right? He killed Goliath when he was young. Last week we learned about how Saul was trying to kill him, but David had mercy on him and did not hurt or kill him when he had a chance. And so that was a picture of how Christ and God has mercy on us. All right, so today we're gonna talk about David lived in a palace. So I'm gonna show you, or Amberlyn's gonna show you, 2 pictures of maybe what palaces look like that David lived in. Here's one of them. They're huge, they're fancy, and here's another example. All right, super big buildings, right? So David was living in a palace because he was the king. And it started to bother him that the Ark of the Covenant was not in a fancy building. We're gonna show you a picture of the Ark of the Covenant, just to kind of review. And remember, this represented God's presence with the people. It was a very special holy box that they took very good care of. But it was being kept in a tent. So I have 2 pictures of a tent to show you. There's one example. And here's another one. It's a little harder to see by the mountains. All right. So David didn't understand why he was in this fancy palace and the ark was in a tent. But a man named Nathan had a special message from God for David, and he was reminded that God has a plan and a purpose for everything. So I want you to watch our story and remember, first of all, to be thankful for our homes, whether it's small, big, fancy, plain. God provides homes for us and we be thankful. And secondly, that God has a plan. And sometimes things don't make sense to us right away, but God has a plan and we just sometimes have to be patient and see what He's doing. All right, guys, I hope you have a good week and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Hey everyone, I'm Megan and this is Jessie.
Hello.
Jessie, what are you going to paint with that paintbrush?
My dog Max's house. My dad is gonna help me.
Nice. What color are you going to paint it?
His favorite color, tennis ball yellow.
Tennis ball yellow? How do you know that's Max's favorite color?
Because his favorite toy is a tennis ball.
Ah, okay. Well, that's gonna be one very bright doghouse.
Yeah, it is. Max is a good dog. I want him to have a doghouse that he loves.
That is so great, Jessie. In today's Bible story, David wanted to build a house for someone, God. Listen to our Bible story to hear what God had to say about David building him a house. God chose David to be king of Israel. God gave his people a time of peace. One day, David was talking with Nathan the prophet. "I live in a palace of nice wood," David pointed out, "but the ark of God sits inside a tent." "God is with you. Do what you want," Nathan said. But God did not want David to do whatever he wanted. That night, God talked to Nathan. This is what God wanted Nathan to say to David. "David, are you going to build a house for me to live in? Think about what I have done for my people. I brought them out of Egypt. I gave them leaders to guide them. The entire time I have been with them, my house has been a tent. Did I ever ask anyone to build a temple for me? You used to be a shepherd, but I made you a king. I helped you win your battles, and my people now live in their own land. There is no more fighting. When you die, one of your sons will be king. He will be a strong king. He will build a house for me. I will love him, and I will never leave him. When your son dies, his son will be king. The king will always be someone in your family." Nathan told David everything God said. Even though David wanted to build a temple for God, David chose to listen to God and obey him. David sat down and prayed. "Lord God, I do not deserve anything you have done for me, and you promised to do so much more. God, you are so great. There is no one like you. You chose the Israelites to be your own people. You rescued them from slavery in Egypt. God, please keep your promises to me and my family. I'm sure you will keep your promises because you always do." God promised David that every king of Israel would come from David's family. God kept his promise. God sent his son, Jesus, to be part of David's family. Jesus is our king. Jesus is alive, and he will be king over God's people forever.